We are now live, sir.
Hari Om, Hari. Namaste to all. Prostrating at the lotus feet of Brahmanishta Shrotriya Sadguru, Swami Virajeshwara Saraswati, and the entire Guru Parampara, on behalf of all of us, today's discourse on Viveka Chudamani will continue. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Mahasaraswatyai Namaha. Sadashivasamarambham Sri Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smrti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krudau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmiham. Om Namah Bhagavate Virajeshwaraya Harihi Om. Last time, shloka number, verse number 278, we had stopped. So from 279 shloka number, time number, today's discourse we will continue by the grace of Sadguru himself. You remember last time the landmark shloka, the one charana, was very famous. It has to be recapitulated all the time, every time in our mind, especially for sadhakas, to remember that prarabdham pushyati vapuhu iti nischitya nischalaha. That is a landmark statement Acharya has given for all of us, particularly for spiritual sadhakas. So he is talking, or he is giving the direct upadesha to the earnest, qualified disciple. It also means that he is talking to us like ajnanis, who are householders, who are commoners in the year 2021. This upadesha was given in the 1200 years before, but even now it is so valid. That is why it is called the crest jewel of discrimination, one of the finest magnum opus treatises, Prakarana Granthas, Acharya has written, composed in the name of Viveka Chudamani for the sake of all of us, mumukshus or jnyasus, who are striving, who are trying to reach Godhead, or in other words, simple words, we are trying to get that Atma Sakshatkara or Brahma Sakshatkara or realization. So he was talking all the time about adhyasa, superimposition, false identification. Every time he's hammering that in these shlokas. You have identified yourself that you are the body. Remove that identification. Get rid of that identification. Swadhyasa apanayam kuru. The shlokas are ending with this particular charana. Swadhyasa apanayam kuru. Acharya says, remove the adhyasa from your mind. Adhyasa is false identification or superimposition. I am superimposing on myself, the real self, that I am the body. Adhyasa ಓದಿಸಲ ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ತಪ್ಪು ಗ್ರಹಿಕೆ, ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ, ನಾನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶರೀರ, ಇದು ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾಯಿತು. ಈಗ ಮುಂದೆ ನಾಹಂ ಜೀವ ಪರಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮೇತಿ ಅತದ್ ವ್ಯಾವೃತ್ತಿಪೂರ್ವಕಂ ವಾಸನಾವೇಗತಃ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ತ ಸ್ವಾಧ್ಯಾಸ ಅಪನಯಂ ಕುರು. ನಾಹಂ ಜೀವ ಪರಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮೇತಿ ಅತದ್ವ್ಯಾವೃತಿಪೂರ್ವಕಂ ವಾಸನಾವೇಗತಃ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ತ ಸ್ವಾಧ್ಯಾಸ ಅಪನಯಂ ಕುರು. ನಾನು ಕೇವಲ ಜೀವ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಶರೀರ, ಈ ಶರೀರವೂ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಜೀವನೂ ಅಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಸ್ವರೂಪನಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಾನು ಆ ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಗಾತ್ಮನಾದಂತಹ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಸ್ವರೂಪನೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಎಂಬ ಭಾವನೆಯನ್ನ ಸದಾ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮ ವಾಸನೆಗಳ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಜನ್ಮಗಳ ವಾಸನೆಗಳ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ನಾನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶರೀರ, ನಾನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಅನ್ನೋ ಭಾವ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸವನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. Acharya says every time he hammers this point, naham jivaha param brahma iti atad vyavrutti purvakam. I am not the jiva or this body or the sharira. Aham parabrahma iti, parabrahmeti. I am that supreme. I am that parama chaitanya or consciousness, or Parabrahma, or that absolute. So, with this point, by constant effort, with concentration, contemplating, thinking, whatever, unfortunately, you have thought that you are the body due to the effect of the vasana, by the force of the vasanas of the previous birth, remove those anatma feelings, remove those vasana feelings that you are the body. That is what Acharya is telling here. You must always say, you must remember, you must think, you must contemplate that I am not the jiva anymore. I am not the sharira, this body anymore. I am not this physical body, subtle body or linga sharira anymore. I am that Parabrahma Swarupa. I am that Paramatma Swarup, that Parama Chaitanya Swarup. Always have that point and get rid of your unfortunate, that false identification, superimposition, which you have wrought on yourself all these days, in all these births, in all the previous births. The same mistake you have committed in the previous hundreds of births. Now a chance is there, my dear disciple. Don't repeat the same mistake now, in this birth, right now, on this moment, on dot. Think always, try to experience, always feel that you are not the body, you are Atma. You are not the Jiva, you are Atma, or Paramatma, or Pratyagatma. All these words mean the same. I am not the body anymore. I am that Brahma Swarup. That's what Acharya is thinking here. Shrutya yuktya svanubhutya jnatva sarvatmamatmanah क्वचिदाभासतः प्राप्त स्वाध्यास अपनयं कुरु. श्रुत्या युक्त्या स्वानुभूत्या ज्ञात्वा सर्वात्म्यमात्मनः. If you split that, सर्वात्मनि आत्मनः, सर्वात्म्यं ज्ञात्वा आत्मनः क्वचित् अभासतः प्राप्त स्व अध्यास अपनयं कुरु. That is how it goes. Shrutya yuktya swanubhutya jnatva. Keywords. ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತುಗಳ ಸಹಾಯದಿಂದ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಪ್ರಮಾಣವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ ವಚನಗಳನ್ನ ಅನುಸಂಧಾನವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬೆಳಕು ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಮನನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಮತ್ತು ಯುಕ್ತಿಗಳಿಂದ ಸರಿಯಾದ ರೀತಿ ವಿವೇಕದಿಂದ ವಿವೇಚನೆಯಿಂದ ಸ್ವ ಅನುಭವದಿಂದ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಶಿಷ್ಯ. ಏನನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು? ಸ್ವ ಅನುಭವದಿಂದ, ಯುಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ, ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತುಗಳ ವಾಕ್ಯದಿಂದ ಆತ್ಮನ ಸರ್ವಾತ್ಮಕತ್ವ ಭಾವವನ್ನ ನೀನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ನಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಆಗಿ ಉಂಟಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಈ ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ, ನಾನು ಶರೀರ ಅನ್ನೋ ಭಾವ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ಹೋಗಲಾಡಿಸು. The purport of the shloka here is, see, with the help of the Shruti, means Upanishad Vakyas, Mahavakyas, mantras, with the help of your reasoning power, with the help of your buddhi, viveka, discriminatory power, reasoning power, and swanubhutya, with your own personal direct experience due to intense sadhana, what you conduct now under the tutelage of your Sadguru, as per the adesha of the Sadguru, if you continue the sadhana, then you will have your own personal experience. So with that experience, with the discriminatory power, with the reasoning power, with the help of the Shruti or Upanishad Vachanas, you try to understand the universality of Atma, universality of the Parabrahma Swarupa. You are that Sarvatma, Sarvatmatya Bhava. You must get into that. So you are nothing but that only. So develop that, and Kvachit abhasatah prapya swa adhyasa apanayam kuru. So by mistake, whatever superimposition you have got on yourself, that you are the body, remove that adhyasa. ಈ ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸವನ್ನ ನೀನು ನಿರಾಕರಣೆ ಮಾಡು. ನಾನು ದೇಹ ಅನ್ನೋ ಭಾವವನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡಪ್ಪ. ಸದಾ ಕಾಲ, ಇದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? ಸದಾ ಕಾಲ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಯಾವುದು? ಭಾವ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಯಾವುದು? ಆತ್ಮಭಾವ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಆತ್ಮನಿಷ್ಠನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ನಾನು 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 ಅಂದರೆ ಅನ್ವರ್ಥ ಈ ಭಾವ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ, ಈ ಆತ್ಮನಿಷ್ಠ ಭಾವ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಧನೆಗೆ ಗುರು ಕೃಪೆಯಿಂದ, ಈಶ್ವರ ಕೃಪೆಯಿಂದ ಆ ಒಂದು ಗುರಿ ತಾನೇ ತಾನಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ತವಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಶುಭ ಮುಹೂರ್ತದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಅನ್ನದಾನ ವಿಸರ್ಗಾಭ್ಯಾಂ ಈಶತ್ ನಾಸ್ತಿ ಕ್ರಿಯಾ ಮುನೇ ತದೇಕನಿಷ್ಠಯಾ ನಿತ್ಯಂ ಸ್ವಾಧ್ಯಾಸ ಅಪನಯಂ ಕುರು. ಅನ್ನದಾನ ವಿಸರ್ಗಾಭ್ಯಾಂ ಈಶತ್ ನಾಸ್ತಿ ಕ್ರಿಯಾ ಮುನೇ ತದೇಕನಿಷ್ಠಯಾ ನಿತ್ಯಂ ಸ್ವಾಧ್ಯಾಸ ಅಪನಯಂ ಕುರು. ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ಶಿಷ್ಯ, ಮುನಿ ಮನನಶೀಲನಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ, ಸ್ವಾತ್ಮ ಪಾರಾಯಣನಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ, ಆತ್ಮವೃತ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಷ್ಠನಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಮುನಿ ಯಾರು ಮನನಶೀಲನಾಗಿದ್ದಾನೋ, ಸ್ವಸ್ವರೂಪ ದರ್ಶನಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾತರಗೊಂಡು ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೋ ಅಂತಹ ಮುನಿ, ಆತನಿಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕರ್ಮಗಳಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ಆತನ ಕರ್ಮಗಳು ಯಾವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕರ್ಮದಿಂದ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಹೊಂದಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತಹ ಮುನಿ. ಇರೋದು ಎರಡೇ, ಒಂದು ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಬಿಡೋದು. ಈ ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸೋದಾಗ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡೋದಾಗ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನೂ ಮೀರಿ ನಿಂತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವನು ಮಿನಿ. ಆತ ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಡೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಅನ್ನದಾನ ವಿಸರ್ಗಾಭ್ಯಾಂ ನಾಸ್ತಿ ಕ್ರಿಯಾ ಮುನೇ. So it means what here? What Acharya says, look, my dear disciple, for a real sage, for a muni, a sage, there is no activity of either receiving anything or giving up anything. Such a karma, bandhana, is not there at all. He is not bound by any such activity or karma called receiving something or giving up something. He is not bound by that. Of course, a small amount to sustain this physical body, Sthula Sharira, and also Sukshma Sharira. So for that, and then he will expulge, he will excrete out the fecal matter and the urine from the body. Since you drink water and food naturally, the body will throw away the fecal matter and also urine as a byproduct of the metabolism in the body. Due to digestion of the food, whatever remains undigested has to come out. So, but for that, there is nothing to receive, nothing to expulge or give up for a muni. That's what Acharya says. तत्त्वमस्यादि वाक्योत्थ ब्रह्मात्मैकत्वबोधतः ब्रह्मण्यात्मत्वधार्ढाय स्वाध्यास अपनयं कुरु। तत्त्वमस्यादि वाक्योत्थ ब्रह्मात्मैकत्वबोधतः ब्रह्मण्यात्मत्वधार्ढाय स्वाध्यास अपनयं कुरु। स्वाध्यास अपनयं कुरु. Get rid of your false feeling that you are the body. How? Acharya says. ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತಿನ ಮಹಾವಾಕ್ಯಗಳಿದ್ದಾವಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ತತ್ವಮಸಿ ತತ್ವಮಸಿ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಮಹಾವಾಕ್ಯ. ನೀನು ಅದೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ, ನೀನು ಆ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಸ್ವರೂಪನೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದ. ಹಾಗೆ ಅಂತಹ ವಾಕ್ಯಗಳಿಂದ ಏನ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು? ಈ ಜೀವ ಮತ್ತು ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ, ಈ ದೇಹದ ಒಳಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಜೀವಾತ್ಮ, ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಗಾತ್ಮ ಮತ್ತು ಈಶ್ವರ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಎರಡು ಒಂದೇ. ಅವುಗಳ ಐಕ್ಯ ಸಮನ್ವಯತೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಜೀವ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಐಕ್ಯ ಸಮನ್ವಯತೆಯೇ ಅದ್ವೈತ ಸಿದ್ಧಿ, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ, ಆತ್ಮ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಭಾವ ಕಾರಣ, ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಯಾವುದು? ಜೀವ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಏಕತ್ವ ಭಾವ. ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನ ನಿಷ್ಠೆಯಿಂದ ದೃಢವಾಗಿ ಆತ್ಮ ನಾನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆತ್ಮಸ್ವರೂಪ, ಆತ್ಮನೇ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಸ್ವರೂಪ ಅಂತ ದೃಢವಾಗಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಿನ್ನ ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆಯನ್ನ ದೂರ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. So through the knowledge of oneness of Ishvara, Brahma, Parabrahma Vastu, the absolute, and the Jiva, oneness with the Brahma and the Jiva, with the help of Shruti Vakyas like Tattvamasi, with the help of the Upanishad Mahavakyas like Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, Ayam Atma Brahma, Prajnanam Brahma, etc., etc. So with the help of such great Mahavakyas, try to understand and experience and feel positively, connect yourself to that Brahma Atma Ekatva Bhava. So once you connect, contemplate repeatedly so that you should not forget Brahmanyatmatva Dhardhya, Dhardhaya, Dhardhya means that feeling yourself that you are the Atma Swarupa, you are the Brahma Swarupa. If you don't do it regularly, repeatedly, it will vanish from your thoughts, in the sense, from your psyche, from your antakarana. Again, the Maya will attack you in such intensity that you will know that you are the body. So never give up that feeling. So get rid of the feeling that you are the body. And always retain the feeling, hold to the feeling every time that you are Atma Swarupa, you are Brahma Swarupa. So in the real sense, the Atma inside and the Ishvara outside, Paramatma outside, one and the same. So Brahma Atma Ekatva Bhava. That is why Mahatmas always say to their dearest, closest Antaranga Shishyas, always they give Upadesha. Personally, privately, on a one-to-one basis, that you are always be Brahmanishto Bhava, Atmanishto Bhava. That is how the blessings of a great Jnani will be there, bestowed on a real Mumukshu, real Adhikari, real qualified Adhikari, or Uttama Adhikari. Why do Jnanis always say like that? Brahmanishto Bhava or Atmanishto Bhava. Why? Because out of compassion and love, they know that the disciple or the devotee's mind is always influenced by the Maya of the world, Jagat, in which they are living, in which they are sustaining. So he hammers the point that you should not forget these. Always recapitulate, try to recollect every day, morning, afternoon, night, evening, whatever you are. Brahmaswarup. So Jnani is always, Mahatguru always tells his Antaranga Shishya as Atmanishto Bhava or Brahmanishto Bhava. That is what Acharya is telling. Brahmanyatmatva dhardhaya swa adhyasa apanayam guru. So have that feeling. Dhardhyaya means with force, with a determined mind. That feeling should be there. I am not the body. I am not the mind. Really, really, I am that Brahmaswarup. Aham bhavasya dehesmin nishesha vilayavadhi savadhanena swadhyaya aham bhavasya dehesmin nishesha vilayavadhi savadhanena yuktatma words ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಶರೀರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು 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 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಶರೀರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಅನ್ನೋ ಭಾವ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಹೊರಟೋಗೋ ತನಕ ಬಹಳ ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ. ನೀನು ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ಶಿಷ್ಯ. ಈ ಶರೀರವೇ ನಾನು ಅನ್ನೋ ಭಾವ ಹೋಗೋ ತನಕ ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ ಭಾವ ಈ ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡು. ಯಾವುದು? ನಾನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶರೀರ. ಈ ಭಾವ ಬಹಳ ತೊಂದರೆ ಉಂಟು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಹಳ ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸಾವಧಾನೇನ ಯುಕ್ತಾತ್ಮ ಸ್ವ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ ಅಪನಯಂ ಕುರು. So what Acharya says here, aham bhavasya dehesmin nishesha vilayavadhi. With a great care, have introspection, reflection, manana, contemplation. Always think in ekanta, in solitude. All Mahatmans watch for them. All Sadgurus watch for them. Always have some solitude. Your inner space. Have some people, your people in their friendly, let your mind focus on the inward journey, because it is so difficult. Why? Aham bhavasya dehasmin nishesha vilayavadhi, Acharya says. As even that feeling of I am the body, as long as this feeling persists, the ego persists, ahankara persists, you cannot progress in the spiritual journey. You cannot progress. So with a great care, with savadhanena yuktatma, swadhyasa apanayam. So with great care, continue your sadhana, because it is so difficult. This feeling of I am the body, adhyasa, will not go away easily. It is there since hundreds of previous births. God knows how many births we have undertaken earlier before we are born now in 2021 and talking to each other. You are seeing me, I am seeing you. Virtually, of course. But yes, yet it is a fact. How many births we had earlier? Even just human births only, not the transmigratory births. We might have had thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of varieties of births. I am not talking on the transmigratory births, only human birth. How many? Hundreds and hundreds. We don't remember that. We don't know. Every time we are deluded completely under the sway of Maya, this Avarana Shakti and Vikshepa Shakti, as Acharya calls. Under the sway of Maya, we are totally deluded, and in every birth, we have identified ourselves as so and so, so and so, so and so. And we have continued our life, for good or bad, ups and downs we have undergone so many things, so many crises, sufferings, and varieties of deaths we have undergone. And we have taken again rebirth. We don't remember all those births, what I was, what you were in the previous birth. Who was your father in the previous birth? Mother or spouse, children, brother, sister, colleagues, friends, enemies. No one knows. Neither you know and nor I know. Because of adhyasa, wrong identification. We have continued this in this cycle of birth and death because of adhyasa. Wrong identification. What is that? I am the body. So the ego is so firm, the ahankara is so firm, the mind is so firm, the buddhi and chitta are all under the control of the mind. The mind thinks as a part of the antakarana, ahankara thinks part of the antakarana that I am the body. So we have done so many things to sustain the body, good and bad things. We have done a lot of evil karmas or good karmas. Only God. That is why elsewhere, same Sakshat Brahma Swarupa, Shiva Swarupa, Acharya, Shankara, Bhagavatpada, with mercy and compassion, he has written the short stotras, so many panchakas, stotras. He has written Mohamudgara, he has written Manisha Panchaka, he has written Advaita Panchaka, so many short stotras on Advaita Tattva. In that Advaita Ashtaka, in one shloka, what Acharya has written. Just remembering here, in the sense, Mahaswami Chandrasekhar Bharati Mahaswamigal, in his commentary, he has introduced that shloka of Acharya, taking from Advaita Ashtaka. Or it is also called Atma Panchaka Stotra. Different names given by different scholars. But one pertinent shloka Acharya has written, Mahaswami recapitulates in his Bhashyam. What is that? Naham deho nindriyanyantarangam nahankaraha pranavargo na buddhihi darapatya kshetra vittadiduraha sakshi nityaha pratyagatma shivoham. This is the hymn or stotra by Acharya Shankara Bhagavatpada in Atma Panchaka. What is that stotra? The shlokas end with the keyword Shivoham. Aham Shivaha. I am that Shiva. I am that Supreme. I am that blissful Absolute. I am that Sopadika Ishvara. I am that Ishvara Tattva. Shivoham Ityans. Acharya says in the shloka, Na aham, na aham. Naham deho na indriyani antarangam na ahankara prana vargo na buddhihi. Neither I am the body, nor I am the indriyas or the sense organs. Neither I am the ahankara or the ego, nor I am the antakarana, nor I am the pancha pranas, nor even I am the buddhi. Darapatya Ketra Vitta Didoraha Sakshi Nitya Pratyagatma. I, in the real absolute sense, I am beyond. I am nothing to do with, I am no way connected with, I am no way associated with. In the real sense, I as a pure consciousness, pure witness, pure Sakshi, I, the real I, Darapatya Kshetra Vittadi Duraha Sakshi Nityaha. I am the Nitya Sakshi. I am the eternal, always, totally, without change, present, absolute sense. Nitya Sakshi. I am nothing to do away from Dharapatya Kshetra Vittadi Dora. I am nothing to do with the wife or spouse, nothing to do with the children, Praja, Santati. Nothing to do with Vitta means Aishwarya, wealth. Nothing to Vittadi Dora, etc. So I am no way connected to the property, wealth, name, status, fame, money, father, mother, wife, husband, children, grandchildren. No way. Dharapatya Kshetra Vittadidurah Sakshi Nitya Pratyagatma Shivoham. So I am that Pratyagatma who is nothing but Shiva himself. Aham Shiva Pratyagatma. I am that Shiva. I am that Ishvara. I am that Supreme. I am that Absolute. So in so many ways, Acharya, how beautifully only a Brahma Swarupa, Shiva Swarupa Acharya. See, our words, our buddhi will fail here because I am even a minuscule, not even a minuscule dust particle to explain anything about such a great Mahatman or a Paramapurusha, Paramapurushottama, Sakshat, Sachidananda Swarupa, Shiva Swarupa, Sri Shankara Bhagavatpa. So that is what he says. Adhyasam apanayam kuru. So since so many ages you have the feeling that I am the body, give up that feeling, my dear disciple. At least now that you are in the line of spiritual sadhana, you have become a real mumukshu, a jinnasu. ಅಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಹೊಂದಿ ಭಗವತ್ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಅಣಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದೀಯಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಶಿಷ್ಯ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, ಈ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸವನ್ನ ನಿರಾಕರಣೆ ಮಾಡು, ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡು. ಯಾವುದು ಈ ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಅನವರ್ತವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡು. ನಾನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇಹ ಅನ್ನೋ ಭಾವ ತೆಗೆದುಹಾಕು. ನೀನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ ಈಶ್ವರ, ನೀನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಾ ಸತ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನಂ ಅನಂತ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮವೇ ನೀನಾಗಿದ್ದೀಯಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಅನ್ನೋ ಭಾವದಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಪ್ರತಿ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ. ಪ್ರತೀತಿರ್ಜೀವ ಜಗತೋ ಸ್ವಪ್ನಬುದ್ಧಾತಿ ಯಾವತಾ ತಾವನ್ನಿರಂತರಂ ವಿದ್ವನ್ಸ್ವ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ ಅಪನಯಂ ಕುರು. ಅಗೈನ್ ಈ ಹ್ಯಾಮರ್ಸ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಪ್ರತೀತಿರ್ಜೀವ ಜಗತೋ ಸ್ವಪ್ನವದ್ಭಾತಿ ಯಾವತಾ ತಾವನ್ನಿರಂತರಂ ವಿದ್ವನ್ಸ್ವ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ ಅಪನಯಂ ಕುರು. ಜೀವ ಜಗತ್ ಸ್ವಪ್ನವದ್ಭಾತಿ ಪ್ರತೀತಿ ಯಾವತ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಯಾವ ಕ್ಷಣದಲ್ಲಿ, ಸಾಧನೆಯ ಕೊನೆ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನ ಕೃಪೆಯಿಂದ, ಸದ್ಗುರು ಕೃಪೆಯಿಂದ, ಯಾವ ಸುಮುಹೂರ್ತದಲ್ಲಿ ತಾನೇ ತಾನಾಗಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಸ್ವ ಅನುಭವ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಈ ಜಗತ್ತು, ಈ ಜೀವ ಜಗತ್ತು, ಈ ಜೀವ, ಈ ಜೀವಿಗಳು, ಈ ಜಗತ್ತು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಸ್ವಪ್ನದಂತೆ ಇವತ್ತಿದ್ದು ನಾಳೆ ಹೊರಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ನಿಜವಾಗಲೂ ಸ್ವಪ್ನ ಸ್ವರೂಪ ಅಂತ ಯಾವ ಕ್ಷಣ, ಯಾವ ದಿನ ನಿನಗೆ ಅರಿವಾಗುತ್ತೋ ಆಗ ನೀನು ಮೋಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ಶಿಷ್ಯ, ಈ ಜೀವ ಸಂಕುಲನ, ಈ ಜಗತ್ತು ಇದು ಸ್ವಪ್ನ, ಇದು ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ, ಕನಸಿನ ಹಾಗೆ ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ, ಕನಸಿನ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲೇ ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ ಅಂತ ತೋರೋವರೆಗೂ ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ನೀನು ನಿನ್ನ ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹೊಡೆದಾಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ is taking a huge, very pertinent way of explaining. See, now, Adhyatma, it is a great point. Mahatmans watch for that. What is that? When we are dreaming, we don't know that it is a dream. It appears real, always, always. Dream sequence appear very real for us. Only when you wake up from the dream, when you get up, when the dream closes up and you wake up, then only you realize that everything is false. So far, what I observed, what I felt was only a dream sequence. Abba, you are still on the bed only. You come to your senses. Maybe you open your eyes, but you come to your senses. You become fully conscious. And then your mind tells you, so far I saw only dream. So it is not true. You are on the bed only. You are in your room only. Whatever things you saw in the dream, all untrue. In a flash, the moment you wake up, the dream will close. Correct? It will disappear. So it is an illusion, you think. You like everyone experiences that. Everyone knows that. Dream is not reality. It is an illusion. It's a magic. It appeared, went away. Like that, it's real for us. Like dream, this is the real for us. So we are caught up in this reality. Superficial real. This is abhyas. Why? Due to Maya, effect of Maya. Due to delusion, due to ignorance, due to ajnana, yeah, at the level it is called Maya. So because of the effect of the Maya or ignorance, we are bound and we think this is real, real, real. So only when we wake up from this reality, waking state. A jnani wakes up from a dream called waking state. All of us, we are ajnanis, we have not from this waking state for eternally till the last breath of the life. So that is the point. So Acharya says, till you wake up from this dream world, this whole Jagat is a dream, till that continues sadhana. Because Maya is so powerful. It will not allow you. If you become part of the life, and then your sadhana will gradually go down. You will not know. Instead of going up in the ladder of spiritual sadhana, suddenly you fall deep into a pit bottom, a bottomless pit, called ajnana, full of tamas. So there is giving a sort of hint in this. Because next, he makes it very clear. Nidraya loka vartaya shabdadherapi vismrute kvachinavasaram tattva chintaya ಕುರಿತು ಚಿಂತಿಸುವಂತ ನಾನು ಆತ್ಮಸ್ವರೂಪ ಆಗಿದ್ದೇನೇನೋ ಆ ಬಲಗಳು ಯಾವ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಹೋಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು, ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ಮನಸ್ಸು. ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಅಂತ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಜಾಗೃತ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಭಾವಿತ ಲೋಕವಾರ್ತೆಗಳಿಂದ ಇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳ ಸಹಾಯದಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಜಾಗೃತಾವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸದಾ ದೋಷಗಳಿಂದ ನೂರಾರು ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಓಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಿದ್ರೆಯ ಲೋಕ ವಾರ್ತಾಯ ಶಬ್ದಾದೇರಪಿ ವಿಸ್ಮೃತೆ ಕ್ವಚಿತ್ ನ ಅವಸರಂ ದತ್ವಾ ಚಿಂತೆಯ ಆತ್ಮಾನಂ ಆತ್ಮನಿ ಚಿಂತೆಯ ಆತ್ಮಾನಂ ಆತ್ಮನಿ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ ವಿಸ್ಮೃತಿಗೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಡದೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆತ್ಮನಿ ಆತ್ಮಾನಂ ಚಿಂತೆಯ, ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಆತ್ಮನನ್ನ ಕುರಿತು ಚಿಂತೆ ಮಾಡು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಚಿಂತನೆ, ಅಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮ ಚಿಂತನೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಆತ್ಮನನ್ನ ಕುರಿತು ನಾನು ಆತ್ಮಸ್ವರೂಪ, ಬೇರೆ ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಚಿಂತೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಆತ್ಮನಿ ಆತ್ಮಾನಂ ಚಿಂತಯ, ಆತ್ಮನಿ ಆತ್ಮಾನಂ ಚಿಂತಯ. Second chapter. Always in the mind, in antakarana, always Atmaswarupa. Think on the self, capital S. Think on the self. You are original self. That really without faith, because if you it, the Maya will cover the world will be inspired by Vishnu. You forget Vishnu. Your whole life when you are forget. While daytime, your five senses are working. You are seeing, you are hearing, you are touching, you are walking, you are eating, you are smelling, you are tasting. Plus, people around you in the world, you are in your circle of work spot. Wherever, in whichever field you are working, you meet people, they discuss with you. You are always continuously in association with people. Loka Vartaya, you'll be talking to them. You are influenced by them. You always, your mind is busy with worldly affairs. Loka Vartaya. All the time, the worldly affairs catch hold of you. Catch hold of you. Correct? So, that will create a nuisance. It will help you to go down, give up the sadhana mode itself. So, kvachitna avasaram dattva chintaya atmani atmanam. That is why don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give space to such feelings. Always, always contemplate. If you forget even for a moment, contemplating that you are again, you go to the next birth, and such repetitions will continue. is so strong. To get the Sadguru, to get the Guru, it is not simply saying that I am Atma Swarupa. No. By saying outwardly I am Brahma Swarupa, it won't help. The total surrender should be there. Shraddha should be, bhakti should be there. Our Gurudev always used to tell me one thing. You know, how the Guru's grace is obtained. Sadguru's grace, Brahmajnani's grace is obtained. So many secrets are there. One secret he told me personally, face to face. He said, see, for some people in this birth, Guru Shushrusha is very much required. They have to serve the Guru. They have to serve the Guru. In literal senses, physically, manually, they have to serve the Guru. Even financially, or mentally. Kaya vacha manasa. If they don't do that, out of their attitude of that ego, that I'm a big man, I'm a big shot, I come from a wealthy family, I come to the ashram. Gurudev was telling me all. I come to the ashram. I have got 2 or 3 servant maids in my house. I don't do any work in my house. For cooking, there is a maid servant. For washing clothes and sweeping the floor, there is another maid servant. For bringing a day-to-day need, there is another person. So there are servants. They do the job. I pay the money for them. So neither I sweep my floor, nor I go to the kitchen, prepare the food, nor I look after, nor even I wash the clothes of my own at least. No. Why should I? So with such people, when they come here to ashram, see, I can make out that these people with a great attitude, they have a little bit bhakti, no doubt, thinking that there is a Sadguru here. Gurudev was telling me all this. Thinking that there is a Sadguru and some good benefit will accrue to them. They come with a selfish motive to get some punya. And if possible, to get Brahma Sakshatkar also as a byproduct. The intention is noble, but it is feeble, Gurudev used to say. With a weak intention, they don't come here and serve. I have never seen them to sweep the floor. For some people, I tell them, sweep the floor. They don't do it because they feel it is below their dignity to take a broomstick and sweep the floor. Gurudev was laughingly telling me all these things. Look, and these people want Brahmajnana. And these people come and prostrate. What a drama they are doing. They are deceiving their own soul, he used to. They are not doing Shushrusha in their lifetime. They are not doing service in their lifetime, and they are showing off here. They are coming to me thinking that I will bless them, I will grace them. How is it possible? So he was laughingly telling me all these things, but profound truth. So that is why it is so difficult. Just meeting a Sadguru is not important. Some people boast even today, that I am associated with so-and-so Sadguru, I have done so much, I have looked after, I have given a lot of money, a lot of donation, building construction. That won't help at all in the real sense until and unless you do the manual seva and then you remove the ahankara from your mind. Your attitude should be subdued from the status of somebody. You should become nobody. Our Gurudev used to always tell this. He used to hammer. Until a person becomes really humble, Vinita Bhava. Guru ಹೇಳ್ತಾ Vinaya mattu Vinita Bhava. Until a person becomes really, with all humility, humble, and then bows down his head and does all the seva, not only here in Hamsashram, even inside his home, then the grace will flow to him automatically. Otherwise, how do you expect the grace to flow? So for that, he used to, so many things he has told me in an open platform. I can't tell you because it's not good on my part. One sentence, I just repeat what our Gurudev used to say. Considering all the points he used to tell, one gentleman, a great, supposed to be a great devotee, sadhaka of our Gurudev, whom I have been associated for the last 25 years. Always he used to tell our Gurudev in front of all of us, even in private, and to me also, that I am the greatest devotee of our Guru. Our Guru is God himself. All this blah, blah, blah. And he used to demand our Gurudev that why he is not getting Brahmajnana, even though for last 20 years he is serving the Guru. Look at the audacity. For last 20 years I am serving you and I have not received any grace from you. Openly he used to tell our Gurudev. So Gurudev told me once. So with compassion I told that gentleman that you should deserve before you desire. That is a beautiful statement. Please note down in your mind. You should deserve before you desire. You want so many things. You want God at your feet. You need God should come down from Vaikuntha and bless you at your door itself. How is it possible? Unless you are humble, unless you are with Vinita Bhava, unless you do service in the real sense, without service, without physical service, without that, you will never become, endowed with the character called humility. Vinaya, humility. Without humility, you will never progress in the spiritual path. Only your mind thinks that you are doing some sadhana. It is how the Maya is acting. You are under delusion. So till the last breath, you think you are doing sadhana and you will die. And again, you take another birth. So this is all the things are there. Only by the grace of the Guru, these things, these secrets are. See, every time you don't get these petals of wisdom coming from the lotus mouth of our Gurudev or any Brahmajnani, we have to wait. Wait. We have to wait with Shraddha and Saburi, patience, and always at his lotus feet, sit and listen silently. At some point of time, the Sadguru, a Brahmajnani, will open up with some such anecdotes and some such direct upadeshas, some beautiful quotations. We have to wait for that. I call it as the pearls of wisdom just dropping down like a nectar drops from the lotus mouth, from the lotus lips of our Gurudev. And with reverence, I have held them in my heart, in the buddhi, forever, without an iota of forgetting them. They are deeply imprinted, engraved in this. Anyway, so Acharya says here, as long as you are influenced by Lokavarta, the Jagrata Avastha, worldly feelings and worldly activities, Vismruti occurs. You forget that you are Atma Swarupa. That is what hint is giving. Mata Pitror Malodbhutam Malamam Samayam Vapuhu Tyaktva Chandalavaduram Brahmi Bhuya Kruti Bhava. Mata Pitror Malodbhutam Malamam Samayam Vapuhu Tyaktva Chandalavaduram Brahmi Bhuya Kruti Bhava. Brahmi Bhuya Kruti Bhava. The last line of the second charana, key phrase. Kruti Bhava. Acharya is bestowing his grace in the form of advice to the Uttama Adhikari Shishya. Kruti Bhava means you become Krutakrutya. That is the ultimate meaning. Kruti word is derived from the full word Krutakrutya. ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮೀಭೂಯ ಕೃತಿ ಭವ ಅಂತ ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ. ಕೃತಿ ಭವ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕೃತಕೃತ್ಯನಾಗು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಏನು ಕೃತಕೃತ್ಯನಾಗೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಏನು ಸಾಧಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಪರಮ ಪುರುಷಾರ್ಥ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅದನ್ನು ನೀನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀಯಪ್ಪ. ಅದನ್ನು ಸಾಧಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀಯ. ಇನ್ನು ನೀನು ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಾಗ್ಲಿ, ನೋಡೋದಾಗ್ಲಿ, ತಕ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಾಗ್ಲಿ, ಕೇಳೋದಾಗ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಏನು ಬೇಕೋ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ನಿನಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಕೃತಕೃತ್ಯನಾಗಿದ್ದೀಯ. ಇನ್ನು ನಿನಗೆ ಹೊಸ ಕರ್ಮಗಳು ಯಾವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ಭಾವದಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಮಾಡುವ ಅದು ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯ ಉಪದೇಶ, ಗುರುವಿನಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ. ಯಾವ ಸದ್ಗುರು ತನ್ನ ಶಿಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀನು ಕೃತಕೃತ್ಯನಾಗಿದ್ದೀಯ ಅಂದುಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಆಗಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಅರ್ಥ. ಆತನಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನು ಯಾವ ಕರ್ಮವೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸಾಧನೆ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಮುಗೀತು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಳ ಸಂಯೋಗದಿಂದ ಈ ಶರೀರ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದೆಯಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಶಿಷ್ಯ, ಇದು ಮಾತಾಪಿತ್ರರ ಕಾಮಜನಿತ ಶರೀರ ಅಲ್ಲೇನಪ್ಪ ನಿನಗೆ ಬಂದಿರೋದು. ಜೊತೆಗೇನು, ಮಲೋದ್ಭೂತಂ ಮಲಮಾಂಸಮಯಂ ವಪುಹು. ಈ ನಿನ್ನ ಶರೀರದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ? ಮಲ ತುಂಬಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅಜೀರ್ಣವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಆಹಾರ ನಿನ್ನ ಕರುಳಲ್ಲಿ ಉಳಿದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಲ ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಯಾವ ಆಹಾರ ಜೀರ್ಣ ಆಗದೆ ಉಳಿಯುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷಲ್ಲಿ ಫೀಕಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್. ವಾಸನೆ, ದುರ್ವಾಸನೆ, ದುರ್ಗಂಧಯುಕ್ತವಾದಂಥದ್ದು ನಿನ್ನ ದೇಹದ ಒಳಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ಕ್ಷಣದಲ್ಲಿ ತಯಾರಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಮೂತ್ರ, ಯುರಿನ್ ಪ್ರತಿ ಕ್ಷಣದಲ್ಲಿ ತಯಾರಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಯುರಿನ್, ಮೂತ್ರವನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಬಟ್ಲ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕುಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಕುಡಿತಾರೇನಪ್ಪ? ವಾಸನೆ, ಅಸಹ್ಯ, ನಾಚಿಕೆ, ಓಡ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಶರೀರ ಮಾತಾಪಿತೃರ ಸಂಯೋಗದಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಇದು ಮಲೋದ್ಭೂತಂ ಮಲಮಾಂಸಮಯಂ ವಪುಹು. ಏನಾಗಿದೆಪ್ಪ ನಿನ್ನ ಶರೀರ? ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಚರ್ಮ ಇದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ, ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಕಾಣೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೇನು ಬೇಕೋ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ ಸರಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಮೂಲಭೂತವಾಗಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಶರೀರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ಏನು? ಅನವರತ 24 ಗಂಟೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ನಿಮಿಷ ದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲ, ಮೂತ್ರ, ಬೆವರು ಉತ್ಪತ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರತಿ ದಿವಸ ನಿನ್ನ ದೇಹದಿಂದ ಬೆವರು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಮಲ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಮೂತ್ರ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಧಾರಣ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಿಗೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಈ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನೀನು ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಚಾಂಡಾಲ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನನ್ನ ದೂರ ಹೋಗುವಂತ ಅಥವಾ ಆತನಿಂದ ದೂರ ಹೋಗ್ತೀಯಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗೆ ಮಲಮಾಂಸದಿಂದ ಮೂತ್ರದಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಈ ಶರೀರವನ್ನು ನೀನು ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡು ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಿಂದ. ನಾನು ಈ ಶರೀರ ಅಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ನಾನು ಆತ್ಮಸ್ವರೂಪ. ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. See what Acharya says. Matapitror malodbhutam malamaamsamayam vapuhu. See, look, my dear disciple, this body is produced as a result of the father and mother mating. So you have product of your father and mother, the semen and the egg fertilized. The fertilized young in the mother's womb developed into a fetus, that is yourself. You are born as a fetus in the mother's womb. And during 9 months development, your whole body in the mother's womb is covered by filth. Your own filth. What we call amniotic fluid, technically, biologically, medically, I am not going into details. For 9 months, you and me, we don't know, we are completely immersed in the liquid, watery, filthy medium called amniotic fluid. Whatever you are discharging as a developing baby in the form of urine, that is surrounding yourself in the amniotic fluid. So you are surrounded by your own discharges for 9 months. And then when you come out, Acharya says, Malodbhutam malamamsamayam vapuhu. What is your body? Look at the body spiritually. Your body is nothing but a baggage of fecal matter and urine and sweat. Every time, every second, your body is producing inside in your intestine the fecal matter. The kidneys are filtering the blood and take out unwanted chemicals or these electrolytes, minerals, and water and throw it out in the form of impurity called urine. So your body is manufacturing urine, sweat, and fecal matter every time, 24/7. Every time. Your body, which is walking and sitting and enjoying and going and doing the work and earning, having a status. I am so and so, so and so, so and so. I am a big politician. I am a big businessman. I am a tycoon. I am a writer. I am a journalist. I am a student. I am a housewife. I am so and so, blah, blah, blah. But what is that body? It is nothing but baggage full of the Adhyatma sense. Acharya is giving such a wonderful, wonderful way he is explaining. Your body is nothing but a baggage of shit in our 2021 language I have to use. Your body is nothing but a baggage full of continuously manufactured fecal matter which you desist, urine which you desist, and the sweat you desist. So just like an outcast, a filthy fellow on the road, a fellow who has not taken bath. In those days, the Chandala word was used 1200 years back. So Chandalas means they are outcast from the society. They used to be, living in graveyards, eat sometimes the flesh of dogs. These are all facts. So they were also called Shvapachas, Chandalas. They were outcast. So when they used to come on the road, people used to, go away. Because of such a filthy, foul smell from his body. So Acharya is giving that example. Tektva chandalavad duram brahmi bhoya kruti bhava. So just like you keep yourself away from outcast, a filthy person, don't think your body as yourself. Brahmi bhoya kruti bhava. Think that you are Atma Swarupa. No more this physical body. Think that you are Atma Swarupa, you are Brahma Swarupa, and stay put, abide by in that mental state all the time and Kruti Bhava, Krutakritya. So if you achieve that, there is nothing more to achieve. Kruti Bhava means achieve that. That is a prime goal of the life, Parama Purushartha. What is that? To know my reality, to know who I am. The Guru Sankalpa, Hariyo. We stop here today. Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. 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 Hari Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Virajeshwaraya.